Welcome to another Dark 10. Today we're going to be looking at the darkest Teen Titans stories that we could find. And while I'm calling this series Dark 10 because it's really catchy and it sounds really good, we actually only have 7 here today because, the 7 darkest Teen Titans storylines out there also involving Deathstroke around the time frame of Dark 10 as the name of our series really just doesn't fit in the title. Anyway, let's move forward with the darkest of the Teen Titans and the Deathstroke storylines. Originally introduced in 1964, the team that would later become known as the Teen Titans started as a group of sidekicks that decided to have their own adventures away from all of those irritating adults. Over the years, the team would go through both roster and name changes, at times being known as the New Teen Titans and then eventually simply becoming known as the Titans when the kids grew up. There have been many memorable runs for this team, and the 80s saw some amazing stories by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, with Jeff Johns in the early 2000s doing some of his best work there. There's one thing that you should know though, the Teen Titans are not just a team. They're a family, and though they may have started as a group of young kids in brightly colored costumes, people grow up, and there are some dark times in everyone's lives. These are some of the few dark moments in the history of this family. Judas Contract. This tale is often described as the best of the Teen Titans stories, the best of the best ever written. Written by Marv Wolfman and George Perez in 1984, The Judas Contract ran in the Tales of the Teen Titans at number 42 to 44. The story begins with a new girl joining the team, 16-year-old, remember that number. Tara has the ability to control the earth around her. With her chipper and fun attitude, everyone thinks that she's great. Beast Boy even falls in love with her, except Raven, who senses deep evil within the new member. Later, it's revealed that Tara is actually working for Slade Wilson, also known as Deathstroke, and that she has been sent to infiltrate the Titans to help Slade defeat them. It is also strongly hinted that Tara and Slade had some sort of physical relationship, with Tara referring to them as lovers. Keep in mind, Tara is 16, and Slade is roughly the age of your father. Granted, he is extremely fit and probably one of the most badass men on the planet, but still, ew. Anyway, once the team learns of this betrayal, the fight of course ensues, and we learn the real reason for Tara's evilness. It's not that she's in love with Deathstroke, or that she's a villain bent on world domination. Tara wants the Titans dead because their existence makes her sick. She sees them with their powers, trying to help everyone that they can, and she hates them for it. This hate wasn't brought on by anything in particular. Tara is simply broken inside. Talk about your teen angst. Eventually, her hatred and rage get the best of her, and she's crushed by the earth that she controls. She is consumed by pure hatred until she is metaphorically crushed by it. Literally, by Rockstone, in case you were wondering what that means. Arsenal. Roy Harper isn't known for his good decision-making skills. The guy was once the sidekick of Green Arrow and one of the earliest members of the Teen Titans, but he's generally remembered for more of his screw-ups than anything else. To be fair, there are some pretty big ones. Let's run down a few of his most memorable moments. One of his most defining times is in the 70s in the series Green Lantern Green Arrow, and it is revealed that Speedy had become a heroin addict. The cover infamously shows the two heroes walking in on Roy Harper with a bottle of heroin and a needle preparing to shoot up. This addiction has stayed with the character throughout his history, and later he would go on to date the villain Cheshire and have a kid with her. See, I told you, he doesn't make good decisions. One night, the two former lovers have a fight that starts to get a little, well, let's just say there's a thin line between love and hate. When things start to lean a little more into the love, Roy has some trouble rising to the occasion. Probably all that heroin. Don't do drugs, kids, okay? After a fight, he goes out and scores some heroin. Is that still a term? And under the influence, Arsenal thinks that he is defending his daughter from the villain Prometheus. In reality, he's beating up some homeless people in an alley. The daughter he's defending? A dead cat. Yeah, classic Roy. Wonder Dog. Appearing in the 1973 cartoon Super Friends, Wendy and Marvin were the annoying teens that were supposed to serve as the viewer's gateway into the show. With them was the not very much a ripoff of Scooby-Doo, known as Wonder Dog. For whatever the reason, these annoying kids were reintroduced in 2006 as the caretakers to the Titans Tower. In current continuity, the kids are MIT graduates and technical geniuses who help the Titans. Eventually, the kids meet a stray dog and they name him Wonder Dog, bringing him back to the tower. Later on, it's revealed that Wonder Dog is some sort of Cujo-esque demon dog under the control of the villain King Lycus. The dog was sent to kill Wonder Girl and would gain the power of every person that it kills. Who do you think it kills first? Oh, that's right, poor annoying Marvin. Once it's gotten a taste for sweet, sweet, annoying blood, Wendy didn't stand a chance, and she was paralyzed from the waist down following the attack. Of course, the only way to destroy such a horrid beast is to shrink down and blow it up from the inside in a shower of blood and guts. See, kids? This is why you don't bring home strays. They start out cute, and then they're possessed and they try to murder you. Titans Tomorrow. Why is it that there's never a good future? Whenever a hero gets flung forward in time, it's always worse. Written by Jeff Johns during his fantastic Teen Titans run, this story sees the team traveling 10 years into a dark future where they meet seemingly evil versions of themselves. In this time, the Titans have established a police state within the United States. Future Tim Drake has taken over as Batman and he wields a gun, murdering most of his rogues gallery. Future Connor Kent has become Superman and spends his free time torturing Deathstroke by slicing off his arm with heat vision. After escaping from the future crazy Teen Titans, our heroes make their way back to the present where they discuss disbanding the team for fear that staying together would lead to this Titan apocalypse. However, they learn that disbanding is what leads to this twisted future. So everyone stays together and everyone's happy for now. Starfire's sister. Introduced in Teen Titans number 22, Blackfire was the firstborn in the royal bloodline and would later be next in line for the throne of Tamrian. When her birth was marked by an attack that claims the lives of 3,000 Tamrians, her life is forever changed. With her people always associating her with this event, Starfire was chosen instead to lead her people. Blackfire is, shall we say, a little perturbed. After betraying her people, Blackfire becomes a sadistic ruler who spends her free time torturing her enslaved sister. Eventually, Starfire escapes and comes to Earth where she joins several other heroes to form the new Teen Titans. Blackfire would pursue her sister to Earth with the goal of returning her to her life of servitude. In her attempt to save her, the other Titans are captured and tortured. We are then treated to panel after panel of the heroes being torn apart, literally in the case of Cyborg, whose limbs are severed by alien drones. Titans Hunt. Titans Hunt doesn't seem like a dark story, but there's a subtle darkness underneath that reads like a classic horror tale. The story is wrapped up into the standard super team coming together cliche. Costumed wonders meet, they fight a little before they realize that they're all working together to stop the same overarching villain. The trick here is that they realize that they already did know each other and they've forgotten. Titans Hunt was published after the DC Convergence event and just before DC Rebirth would take effect and reestablish certain parts of canon that the fans have been missing since the New 52. Instead of just saying that they suddenly all meet, the Titans discover a dark presence in their past and a reason for them not to remember each other. In the story, the Titans are haunted by the memories that are just beyond their grasp. Returning to a small town, they come together to stop the evil entity known as Mr. Twister. During this battle, they realize the truth. Once they were a team known as the Teen Titans. Mr. Twister was using them for his own dark purpose, and the only way to defeat him was to forget each other and go their separate ways. They did, and they won. But Mr. Twister never truly left. He waited and he watched for their return. Reading this story is like reading a superhero version of the movie It. I dig it. It's groovy, man. DAMIAN being DAMIAN. This isn't so much of a dark moment in the Teen Titans history, as it's just one more in a long line of morally questionable dark moments for Damian Wayne. During the DC Rebirth, Damian decided to put together a group of heroes to help him take down his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul. Now, normally, if someone needs help, they simply ask. Damian is anything but normal, however. Using their weaknesses against them, Damian defeats each choice for his new team, kidnapping them. Afterwards, he emotionally and mentally manipulates them into helping him fight one of the world's most dangerous villains. I know he's had a rough upbringing and his current childhood as a crime fighter probably isn't healthy for that, but let's be honest, Damian is one of those kids that you tell your children to stay away from at the playground. And there are 7 dark moments in the history of the Teen Titans. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments down below more superheroes that you want us to drum up all the evil, the dark, the twisted, the Damians. I'll see you next time right here. Don't forget to subscribe to get your dark 10s, even though there was only 7.